What's up, everybody? It's Vic, the Ninja Closer. I'm here with my guy, Jordan Sims. He's going to tell you all about his story, all about how being a young 18-year-old coming into sales for the first time, and then now the doors are wide open. What's up, Jordan? How you doing, man?
Oh man, I'm doing great. Great to be here, Vic. This is a dream come true.
Dude, I'm glad to have you on.
Yeah,
We've talked a little
excited.
bit before, but I'm excited for the world to get to know your story.
Right. I'm excited. Excited here to tell it. So,
So you're 18 years old,
yep.
and what in you decided I want to get into sales?
So I'm sure, as a lot of people say, sales is one of those things is beginning to realize you've kind of done your whole life. So I grew up, evangelical Christian. I grew up since like 4 years old, going door to door, talking with people, working with people. So I have no fear when it comes to, approaching people and trying to work with them. So the way I got introduced is the way a lot of people get introduced, I think, especially now to the high ticket space, which is a YouTube ad. Right, sold the dream, could be making money in 21 days, 10, 20K. And I was like, honestly, when this was about just over a year ago now, I was at like one of the lowest points in my life. I was like, you know what, if I can't succeed at this and this, I just felt like a complete failure. And whenever I did, like honestly being vulnerable, was like I was trying to make the basketball team, right? Work my butt off every single day, and just to get cut
Yeah.
from the team every single year. And then my brother, who's like seventh grade, he was like taller than me, and he makes the team without even having to try out. So I'm just like over there crying, and then the YouTube ad pops up, and I was just like, you know what, if I can't succeed in this, I'm going to succeed. I'm going to make some money. Right. So I click on the ad, accelerator program. I'm like, oh, never spent that much money on myself or something like that before. But I was like, you know what? Buying off of emotion right now. Boom, 200. Oh, certification. Oh, here's $1,000. So that's how I got introduced to sales was through a lot of people, traffic and funnels.
Yeah. So how long after traffic and funnels did you decide to go a different route?
So I was in traffic and funnels. I was honestly, I was the kind where I should have grabbed them. I have lit, and no joke, like 12 notebooks full to the brim, page back, all the written on the cardboard of just notes from the programs. Like everything that moves sales, I was taking notes on it. And I was doing that for about a year on and off. And I'm still in high school. So I'm still trying to balance between working, trying to get through high school, if I make college too at the same time, if I can make this work to make money on the side. But so I just kind of came to a point where I was like, logically, I'm like, okay, how is this going to help me get a job? Like they promised me a job by the end of this all, and I feel like I was just forgotten in the back corner. And I think the same thing happens to a lot of people as they come in, they're guaranteed placements. And honestly, that's one of the scariest things now I realize is the whole idea of coming to high ticket space and just job security right off the bat, right? We're going to make sure you get a job. And most people don't know how to create those opportunities themselves. And I just remember seeing your channel, Ninja Closer, got introduced to me. And I'm sure a lot of people know this name, J. Daniel Castro, right? In the space. I was like, how are these guys making it work? I'm studying my butt off. I'm doing role plays and trying to be in the group, and they're not noticing me. I'm like, how do you guys make these work? And I was actually able to get on a call with Jay Daniel, and he just was talking about creating opportunities and networking, all these different things. I was like, what? How is that going to help me get a job sitting in front of me? There's no way. It doesn't make any sense. And then another friend I knew was Sam Dubs. I don't know if you want me to go into my how the mentorship thing kind of happened.
Go ahead.
So if anyone who's been in traffic and funnels or any other group, they know how they upsell and they try to get you in the sales mentor then. And so of course that, they got me a couple calls with that, and I'm honestly broke. I don't have any money for it. And I don't see the value in it still. And then Sam was in it at the time, and I was like, okay, dude, just leave me alone. I don't want anything. Don't talk to me about sales mentor. Don't talk to me about mentorship. Nothing. I don't want to hear anything about mentors. I can do this on my own. Right. And then, so one guy in the group, his name was like Jordan Reich or something like that. He posted like, oh, 10K. I made my first 10K a month. I was like, okay, I messaged him, dude, how did you do that? And then he just messaged me back, and then he got on a call with me. Originally, he wasn't going to give me time of day, and I told him I was in the certification program. Oh, he instantly picked up the phone with me. And then, we were talking through. He's like, dude, I want to mentor you, right? You're the kind of guy I want to work with. I was like, oh, me? Really? And so here we are a month, 2 months later, and he's having me go to businesses, local businesses, and trying to get their ratings up. Here I am a month later, what the heck am I doing? And it turns out he just wanted my information for the certification program so he could get in and didn't have to pay for it. So I was like, okay, that's it. No mentors, nothing. Right. I don't want anything to do. I was on the complete opposite of the spectrum. Not that I'm not thinking about a mentor. I'm completely against it. And then Sam messaged me again, kind of like a follow-up, and he was talking to me how it was going. I was just pissed, but I answered him anyways, right?
Yeah.
Sucky, horrible. He's started talking about, just mentorship again. And I was like, you know what, dude? But I remember my promise I made to myself, I was going to do this no matter what. There's a lot of people in these groups getting success. Obviously, who am I to not be able to do this to? Right. So, and then eventually, we get on a call. And then he sends me some videos, some testimonials from your channel. As soon as I saw him, I'm like, what the heck? Basically, we got on the phone. I was like, here's my card. Here's my card. There's no way I'd be crazy not to, right? And then here I am, and it's probably, I've never regretted my decision. I think a lot of people worry about the finances, but it's not even that. It's one of those things you look back and you're more like, if I didn't do that, where I'd be at. So
Yeah.
I don't know if I was going off too much there.
You're good.
Video.
You're good. So tell me a little bit about you coming into UCM. Sam, brings you into UCM. Right. You start going through calls, you start all the training, and what happens after that?
Like the meetings?
Yeah, what? Oh. How was the process for you?
So for me, it was how it is for a lot of people. It's not just so here's kind of the thing. I think one of the biggest mistakes a lot of people make is as soon as they get into the space, the first thing they do is they quit their job, right? Oh, I'm just gonna make this work. And there they are, months later, now struggling to bring in income. That was me too, for a little bit. So what the beauty was is I began to show up to the meetings and I began to learn. And, some of the coaches, the first person to bring me in, what really introduced me, made me feel welcome, was Kristen, right? Oh my gosh. I call her like my aunt now because that's like kind of like what she is for the
I'm
group.
Sure she loves that.
Like family. Yeah. Kristen. But she made me feel welcome, and she brought so much clarity. I gave her my situation and she was completely, understanding, and we came out with a game plan of how I'm going to show up, and what I love about UCM specifically is how realistic it is. It's not like, just drop everything right now. And, you're getting into sales for sure. You're getting job placement. No, I came in, I was like, oh, what's networking? What's, just outreaching, what's doing this and all these different things I thought I knew how to do. But as I began to learn more, I was like, it just like the whole world opened up to me, not just like in the high ticket space, but like in life in general, I guess I could say. I was like, God, dang, if I go anywhere in the world trying to do anything, I could figure out or how to do it, right? If I want to start this business or I want to succeed in basketball now, even like I understand, I don't know if that makes sense. Like it's brought clarity to exactly how to put the steps in place to transition into something like that. So, as I began to show up to the meetings with JD, oh my gosh, just like wisdom galore, going into your soul. And you're trying to like digest all of it. And I'm doing the same thing I did before, taking a billion notes. And then when I just kind of stopped doing that, actually, is I just started just taking it all in. And then more and more, I just began to show up. Even after work, I'm exhausted. The last thing I want to do is, think about, sales or whatever like that. But as you begin to learn more, it's like, oh, this is different than just getting on a phone and being like, hey, I got to sell you on, it's you're working with people, and not only working with other people, you learn to work with yourself. Right. I think that was a big one for me. So within like a week or two, not this is a big deal, but struggling to get a job for a year, I got 3 coaches, my first week coming in, not because I was filling out in a job application, just because I simply learned a few things right off the gate, how to work with people, strategize, and then it was a referral off to here. And originally it was LaMelo Balls. LaMelo Ball had a program, and I got a referral from a friend, and then they invited me on. And then it turned into ended up networking around that, and found a couple of fitness coaches. Um, so that's kind of what my where I'm at even now. So yeah.
Nice. So you said you spent a year by yourself trying to make it work. And within 2 weeks of being an undeniable closer, you've got 3 different opportunities. What was it
So
that you think what's the difference?
well, the difference was I got help. Well, not just that is I think the way I think a lot of people think about mentors and stuff is completely wrong. I think the way society especially brings up, that employee kind of mind, that's how I came in. I'm only 18 and I had that strong employee mindset, not even really working like a job for multiple years. I can only imagine somebody that's been working, you know, um, just a 9 to 5, for past 10, 20 years, how strong that is. Because you come in, you're like, oh, there's no way to get a job except for saying, hey, I can get a job. I have experience, right? And I did the same thing. And then you want a lot of people, and now it becomes a competition of who has more experience, right? In the listings, as I begin to talk to people now, I'm like, dang, I was in the same situation. The guy's like, oh, but no worries. I have 10 years of high ticket experience. I was like, okay, how long you been looking for a job? He's like, oh, only about 3, 4 months now. But I was like, so you have 10 years of experience. You've been looking for a job for 3, 4 months. I came in through UCM. I learned how to, you learn to work with people. Because I don't know, a lot of people don't realize this. 80% of, only 20% of job placements is application kind of based. 80% is like referral based. So like when somebody is needing, especially a high ticket closer, somebody they can really trust, they're not going to, the comment section, going people that have the most exclamation marks. They're going to, their counseling or somebody who's top of mind that sounds trustworthy and they can work with and they can invest their time and resources into, who's going to reinvest back into them. And as a result, build their sales. And that's something you learn in UCM, not just how to get a job. I think that's literally one of the last things that's not even a worry concern of, almost everybody that's kind of in UCM now. It's how to find the right opportunity so both parties can equally grow, right? So you
Not
work on
about
yourself.
it's not about how to find work. It's about how to make this industry work for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. How like this, you make money work for you. You got to learn how to make this industry, learn to plant those seeds, and those fruits grow back towards you.
Love it.
So that's just kind of where I'm at. I'm still so new myself,
Yeah.
but the place I've come to, even just from like a couple months ago, being like, what the heck do I have to do? And now I'm looking back and seeing people that are saying, same thing, and they have way more experience than me. I would have considered those people like, oh, they're a billion times more likely to get a job than I am.
Yeah.
I come from UCM, and I think my mistake too is I got a job too fast too. I think that's another mistake a lot of people do. As soon as they learn how to, they jump on the first thing they see. I think that's can be a huge mistake too. So, and that's where it's like, I love UCM so much because it's that like ultimate bridge from getting, where you're at, not just a 9 to 5, even if you're a sales, pro, trying to learn how to navigate this industry and make it work for you. And not only that, build actual relationships. So it's not, oh, I hope I don't lose this job. I hope this job is secure. Even like now, I know like 4, 5 people. This worst case, half of the earth blows up, and that side happens to be where all the rest of my opportunity was. Oh, I know other people, and we've still been building a relationship, and it's like, whoa.
That's awesome.
So
That's awesome. I love it. So
yeah.
what's next for you?
Oh my gosh, that's that's a really loaded question.
Of course.
Um, so what's next is, obviously I want to be a top performer. what's next? What's next? What's next is, the whole world.
Awesome.
At the same time, I think that's the thing too, because once you have so many doors that are open now you have a different problem.
Yeah.
Okay, what am I gonna do? Which doors am I gonna lead? Where now you have to really create your vision. You're not job hunting, you're creating a vision,
Mhm.
right? Of exactly how you wanna grow. Something I didn't have before was a growth mindset. Now it's like when I'm trying to figure out what's gonna help me not just selfishly make money, what's gonna help me grow into the position I wanna be, to be able to make 10, 20K a month. That's not the issue. I know so many people now that are making 10, 20K. I know exactly how they're doing that, knowing the numbers. But it's being an opportunity where you can be like, oh, hey, I can see myself growing with you. You can see yourself growing with me, and blossoming into this awesome business or whatever. So I think from here, I'm really going to just kind of keep exploring. So even like the coaches I'm with right now, I'm coming to a point where it's like, okay, I've had some experience now, but I think it's time for me to find, more opportunities that are going to help me continue to grow, and I can, take all this energy and that I got into somebody who's going to, reinvest back into me. And that for a lot of people that sounds like, oh, how are you going to just get another job like that, right? But I mean, like that's the different mindset, right? And you learn to get into that growth mindset. UCM, right? JD, our meetings, and even just like interviews now, right? So many people don't know how to do interviews. They go, I've done a couple interviews. I haven't done as many as a lot of people do, but the interviews I have done, like I'll be honest, like I had one last month with a guy, and I'm trying to work with these coaches. I saw the potential, but I had an interview with one guy, and right off the bat, he's like, I talked to a couple, like almost 100 people. I want you instead of a lot of these sales experienced people, because I like your motivation. I like your drive, and you have like a growth mindset, and that's something we can see ourselves working with. He's like, we'll give you 4K first month, 8K second month, and then you could be making anywhere from 10 to 20K next couple months. That's what our setters and closers are making right now. And for me, it was like, most people, if they hear that, yes, sir, give me right off the bat. But I was like, hang on. I was able to take a step back for a second and be like, okay, this is where I see myself growing best. And something I never thought I would ever do is I was like, no, I don't think this is going to be a right fit. I thought, and it sounds crazy to a lot of people, right? But if you really want to make it in this industry, again, like, who am I? But if you really want to learn how to make it in this industry, and learn to plant those seeds, and that fruit's is gonna come back to you, in the long run, and have opportunities to galore, and really know how to grow, just as a person and an individual, and transition as efficiently and quickly as possible into this industry. um yeah, UCM, it's like, where you been at? Where was UCM when I came in, when I came in from the get-go? I'm like, okay, Sam, why weren't you working for UCM earlier? Why didn't you tell me about it before? So I'm sorry, what was the question? See, I go off
Hey,
on these
you
things,
answered
and
it. You answered it.
I
Well,
don't
hey,
know.
I'm gonna let you
Okay, okay.
go. But dude, I'm so excited to watch you grow and to see your journey and to see
Yeah,
like all that energy and passion that you have just being thrown in every direction, and you're doing it with purpose now. You're putting out, you're networking appropriately, you're putting out the proper seeds, you're doing everything that you're supposed to do, and it's showing and it's working. And I love
right.
seeing, I'm very excited to watch you kind of grow
If
and
I
what
could
you're doing.
say one last thing,
Yeah, for sure.
anybody that may be on the fence about getting a mentorship, just do it. I'm like, nobody's paying me to say this. Just if you're on the fence, and you're worried about what not. I take it this way: like, look in the 6 months now, you have opportunities galore, right? And you're crushing it, right? Are you really going to be worrying in the present now about that decision you made? Like, no, you're not, right? I'm not worrying one bit about my decision coming to UCM. Actually, like I said, I'm on the other side. I'm like, oh gosh, I'm like, what if I didn't do this, right? There's so many people. It's like, well, what if you don't do this? And all the greats, they had mentors. Sorry, Michael Jordan, Abraham Lincoln, doesn't matter. The greatest people, they all had support in that team. And UCM is just not mentorship, but it's a team, it's a community. Everybody's like so many opportunities I just have, and friends now I have for life are just from UCM. So every day you're growing with people and you're getting pushed, and it's so amazing. So it's like, if you're trying to figure out how to succeed, find somebody who's done it, connect with them. I'm going to guarantee they said they had a mentor, because that was the case for me. So
Right.
that's what I want to talk about that.
Love
Thank you
it.
so much for having me on.
Dude, it's been good to talk to you. I'll see you soon.
Absolutely. Thank you, Vic.